Greece will stick to its red line promises to its electorate and not make concessions in its negotiations with creditors, says a government spokesman. Gabriel Sakellaridis said at a press conference in Athens that labor and pension issues are non-negotiable. We won't go beyond the limits of our red lines. It's clear that we cannot cut pensions. Talks with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the European Union, EU, will continue over the weekend. Creditors have demanded cuts in spending, including plans to trim the civil service and privatization of state assets, in order for Greece to continue receiving loans. But Greece's ruling left-wing Syriza party, led by Alexis Tsipras, was voted in last year on promises to ease up on the highly unpopular austerity measures with increases in the minimum monthly wage and a job creation program. Mr. Sakellaridis said, there should not be an expectation on the part of institutions, that the government will back down on everything. When you negotiate, there should be mutual concessions. Some creditors, notably Germany, are losing patience with what they see as Greece's profligacy. Risk. The prospect of a deep schism between Greece and the financial community, particularly the Eurozone area, has haunted financial markets for years. The President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, said it would not be wise to openly discuss a Greek exit from the euro. If I were to say that Greek exit from the EU was an option, what do you think would happen then on the financial markets? But in France, Finance Minister Michael Sapin was more reassuring, saying Greece's talks with its international creditors were heading in the right direction. The risk of things running off the rails for Greece also entails that risk for Europe, he said, calling for a push towards a compromise at Monday's gathering of Eurozone finance ministers. Greece is due to make its next repayment, of €763 million, £566 million, one of its biggest, to the IMF on Tuesday. The Greek finance minister, Yanis Varoufakis, insisted on Thursday the country will meet the deadline, amid concerns that the country may not have enough money to so do. Speaking in Brussels at a business conference, Mr. Varoufakis countermanded the view that his country had been reckless with bailout money, saying that 91% of the bailout funds his country had received so far had been spent on repaying banks, particularly Northern European banks such as Germany's, rather than helping Greece's economy. He said Greece should never have been given a bailout in the first place. Greece met its deadline on Wednesday for a repayment for €200 million, £148 million.